This is London.
Hello wrestling fans, I'm Fiona Fox and welcome to another edition of LDN Capital TV, right here exclusively on the Fight Network. This week we're coming to you from the famous Thurrock Civic Hall in Grays, a regular wrestling hotbed during the days of the world of sport. And to celebrate our return to this historic venue, we proudly bring you the LDN debut of Europe's finest wrestling export, the anarchist Doug Williams. He'll be going one-on-one with Danny Garnell in our main event, and you're not going to want to miss it. But first, let's head down to ringside and join the man who calls the matches, Mr. TV, John Atkins.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to LDN Capital TV, right here exclusively on the Fight Network. My name is John Atkins, and you join us here at the Thurrock Civic Hall in Grays for a great hour of wrestling action. We will be bringing you here this week on the Fight Network. Fans making his way to the ring right now, none other than the Bombay Dream himself, Ross Jordan. Jordan, of course, made a somewhat unexpected return to LDN here just a couple of short weeks before the big Legends Showdown event. And since his return, he's made well, he's certainly displayed a very different attitude. And I'll be telling you more about that in a second.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's your opponent from parts unknown, Exodus!
Well, fans, as I was saying, Jordan has returned to LDN with a new and improved attitude. He certainly no lack of confidence, but as well as a supreme confidence in his own wrestling abilities, he now believes himself to have a ready-made career in the Bollywood movie industry as well. But let's see how that stands him when he faces LDN's own man monster, Exodus. Take a look at that man, pushing 7 foot tall. And he has got to be in the region of, well, I would certainly suggest over 20 stone. I think this one may well be a mismatch of styles. And not in the favour of Ross Jordan. You can see that our referee for this bout, Chris Roberts. Coming up later in the hour, we have got a matchup as promised last week. The debut here at LDN of the anarchist Doug Williams. Arguably Europe's top professional wrestler today, the anarchist Doug Williams makes his way here to LDN later in the hour. And due to the actions of his opponent last week, Danny Garnell, Chris Roberts will not be refereeing that bout. He will not be officiating the main event here tonight, but we will talk more about that later in the hour, because right now we have got a great matchup underway here. It is the Bombay Dream, Ross Jordan, taking on the monster known only as Exodus. And Exodus there, he dwarfs everybody in the ring. He is a big man, well over 20 stone. Ross Jordan, a veritable flyweight by comparison. And the bell rings, and this contest, it's now officially underway. The opening bout here on this week's edition of LDN Capital TV. The only British wrestling show currently on TV anywhere in the world. And you will see it exclusively right here each and every week on the Fight Network. Fans, we are very proud indeed to bring you the top wrestling action from in and around the UK each and every week, and we hope you enjoy it. just as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Ross Jordan there ducks the test of strength, but he doesn't realise Exodus still very much behind him. And he is in for a rude awakening now, because Exodus didn't take kindly to that display of arrogance, and Jordan is living to regret it. Just tossing it across the ring, and my goodness, Jordan nearly flew out the entire length of the ring. Jordan now sent to the outside the hard way. And the fans here at Grace having a fantastic time getting on the back of the Bombay Dream. Sent out of the ring the hard way and brought back in the ring the hard way. Just dropping down on the base of his spine. Jordan begging for mercy. He's not going to find it from Exodus, so he goes for another tactic. And one that is equally unsuccessful. Exodus there with a big body slam, comes off the ropes and drops a leg right across the sternum of Jordan. That's going to knock the wind out of you in a hurry. Just a 2 count there. It's going to take more than that to put Jordan down. And credit to the Bombay superstar for hanging in there. Many lesser athletes, don't get me wrong fans, many lesser athletes would be put away in short order by this man monster Exodus. But Jordan's confidence has some grounding at least in reality. He's a very accomplished wrestler in his own right. He has won a number of light heavyweight belts around the country. Yet to taste the gold here in LDN though. But that may come with time. He has only recently returned to LDN, in fact, just a couple of short months ago. And still looking to establish himself as a regular member of the roster. Exodus, on the other hand, a perennial crowd favourite. Oh my! And that is exactly how you're going to have to deal with the big man. If you want to have any chance at all against him, you're going to have to take him out by the legs. You're going to have to get him on the ground. You're going to have to basically eliminate that huge height and weight advantage by getting him down on the mat, where the height advantage at least becomes irrelevant. So Jordan has taken down Exodus. He's put him on the mat. He's now working on those legs, making sure Exodus can't get back up. And I believe he's looking for a submission. He is twisting that ankle around. And Exodus, with such great natural strength, doing his best now to hoist himself up in the corner. And oh my, Jordan walks right into what looks like a choke slam. And a kick to that knee again going after the left leg. And it's pretty much his only option. But Exodus just too big now. And Jordan quickly running out of options. Ducks that leg and again takes out the wheel of the man monster. But Jordan seemingly too concerned with showing off to the fans than capitalizing on his newfound advantage. Locks that leg in now, nice and tight. Exodus in agony, but it's hard to see the man's face. It's hard to know exactly what he is thinking. With that mask, it provides such a psychological advantage. A very intimidating presence indeed. And credit to Jordan for not backing down from the big man. A great contest here tonight on the opening matchup of this week's LDN Capital TV. Don't forget, fans, coming up later in the hour, the LDN debut of arguably Europe's finest wrestler, the anarchist Doug Williams. Great to see him here in LDN. And he is going to be taking on Danny Garnell. Garnell, of course, over the last couple of months has made more of a name for himself as the henchman of the former LDN champion John Ritchie. But let's not forget, he is a fantastic athlete in his own right, if not a very highly self-opinionated one. Back to the match at hand, though. Jordan with his hands full, and Exodus goes for the charge into the corner, takes the elbow of Jordan. Jordan's up top, he's a great high flyer, but he gets caught in midair by the monster Exodus, who hoists him over the shoulders. Looks to drop him on his head. Jordan lands on his feet though and gets planted square in the middle of the ring. Back first, the back of his head landing hard on the canvas. And Jordan has to be feeling woozy after that one.
These are dangerous days. These are dangerous days.
And Exodus still not finished. Hoists him up, sends him into the corner. Jordan lands head first. And the end must surely be near for Ross Jordan here on this week's edition of Capital TV, but no. Oh, a big kick to the side there sends Exodus out to the outside. And on that occasion, Exodus's height worked against him. That high centre of gravity left him easy pickings for Jordan to send over the top rope and to the outside. And you know what they say, the bigger they come, the harder they fall. And that might well be the end for Exodus in this one. Jordan certainly seems to be treating it like a precursor to victory. But if there's one thing I've learned from all my years counting wrestling action, you shouldn't count your eggs before they're hatched. And indeed, Exodus is back in the ring. And he has beaten the 10 count, and I don't think Ross Jordan's aware of it. Exodus came right back in on the 9. And Jordan already celebrating the win that was not yet his. Jordan now hooks the arms. I don't think he's going to have the strength to pull this one off. But he has got the strength for a roll-up, and the legs are hooked. And Jordan gets the 3. Jordan's feet were in the ropes, but he had the legs of Exodus hooked. And the referee was looking at the shoulders. And Jordan gets the win. Let's see if we can take another look at that. An unbelievable start here to LDN Capital TV this week. Big win here for Ross Jordan over the mad monster Exodus. Indeed, Jordan looking for the hooked arm suplex. Didn't have the strength for that. Exodus reversed it. Oh my goodness. LDN owner Mr. Sanjay Bagga certainly not mincing his words there. Well, there you have it, fans. Jordan is going to be stripped of the win if he doesn't return to the ring within by the count of 10. So clearly Mr. Bagga was watching backstage. He saw Jordan's feet on the ropes. And it looks like Jordan celebrated that win prematurely, brought back in the hard way, walks into a choke slam, back in the middle of the ring. Down goes Jordan. And Jordan is out cold. And this is merely now a formality. It's the black hole slam. Down goes Jordan, the cover from Exodus. And the bell rings, and here is the actual winner, Exodus. A good call there by the LDN owner, Mr. Bagga. Jordan took a shortcut. He pinned Exodus with his own feet on the ropes for extra leverage, but take a look at this. Exodus brought him back in the ring. A choke slam, the black hole slam. 1, 2, 3. And the matchup is over, and there is your winner, the man monster Exodus. Coming up next, the LDN debut of the anarchist, Doug Williams, as he takes on Danny Garnell.
Hello fans, Fiona Fox here, ready to dish the dirt in this week's London Eye. And you may have seen the chilling conclusion to last week's Capital TV. Yorgos had successfully defended his LDN British Championship against former champion John Ritchie, when Ritchie and his cohort Danny Garnell decided to take out their frustrations on the helpless referee Chris Roberts. We'll show you some of this disturbing footage right now, but we warn you, it's not pretty.
And now Ritchie and Garnell taking it out on referee Chris Roberts. My goodness, this is outrageous. This is absolutely outrageous. Somebody needs to stop this madness right now. That is absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Both of those men should be fined and suspended from LDN immediately. Absolutely immediately. There is never any call for violence towards officials. We cannot have wrestlers laying their hands on non-wrestlers. It just cannot be allowed to take place.
After the devastating attack, Roberts spent the night in a local hospital where he was treated for shock and minor back trauma. Fortunately, he wasn't seriously injured, and after a night of TLC at St. Bart's, he checked out and made his return to work the next day. As you've already seen, he's back in action here tonight. However, he has point-blank refused to officiate any matches involving either John Ritchie or Danny Garnell, both of whom have been heavily fined and threatened with long-term suspensions until further notice. With that in mind, LDN have invited back former World of Sport referee Bob Stafford to fill in for Roberts during this difficult time. Stafford made his return to the ring at Legend Showdown, and we're pleased to welcome him back here at Grays this week. But he's going to have his work cut out for him, as his first match back in action sees Danny Garnell taking on Europe's finest wrestling export, the anarchist Doug Williams. And that's our main event match, and it's coming up next.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is made over Spirit Rules, a 30-minute time limit with 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first on my left, coming out of the red corner, from Woolwich in London, weighing in at 15 stone, 9 pounds, Danny Garnell. And ladies and gentlemen, on my right, coming out of the blue corner, from Seven Oaks in Kent, he is Britain's finest wrestling export. Please welcome Doug Williams.
Well, there you have it, fans. Spirit rules for this contest: 6 5-minute rounds, 2 pinfalls, 2 submissions, or 1 knockout to decide the winner. And this one has all the makings of a classic. You see there in the blue corner to the left of your screen, the anarchist Doug Williams, as our ring announcer Steve Litton so rightly said, Britain's finest wrestling export. The man has wrestled throughout the United States of America, tours Japan regularly, and of course has wrestled throughout Europe and the United Kingdom. But right now he is making his home here in LDN, taking on the youngster Danny Garnell, a talented athlete in his own right, but a man who has also become very closely aligned to the former champion, gentleman John Ritchie. And indeed, last week it was Danny Garnell's interference that actually cost Ritchie his shot at the LDN British Championship. But it was also his interference that put our referee Chris Roberts in the hospital for the night. And that is precisely why Chris Roberts is not officiating this matchup. He has refused to officiate for Danny Garnell in the future. My goodness, these two aren't wasting any time of the... Oh, roll up there from Doug Williams. The shoulders are down. And by Jove, I think he's got it. Less than 1 minute into the first round, and Doug Williams scores the first fall.
It's round 1, it's the first fall of the contest to Doug Williams.
What a great start for Doug Williams here in LDN. The dream start for Williams. Garnell returns to his corner and he can't believe it.
Second down, round 2.
Well, I don't know if Garnell had a game plan, but if he did, he might want to rethink it right about now, because the anarchist is showing that he means business here on Capital TV. And he is not going to take the challenge of Garnell lightly. Nice wrist look there from the anarchist. Brings Garnell down to the mat, twists the arm. And Garnell is no slouch. Don't get me wrong, fans. Garnell is no slouch in the ring. He has proven time and time again over the last couple of years here on LDN, he can get the job done. But has he ever fought to challenge the likes of Doug Williams? Williams now winning 1-0. And Garnell, quite rightly, has slowed the pace of the matchup down. Williams with that quick pinfall in under a minute. And Garnell rightly slowing the match down and bringing Williams down to the mat and tying up those legs. And now just rubbing the face in the canvas, and the referee, Bob Stafford, there checking on Williams. Nice reversal there from the anarchist. And we are seeing a great display of technical wrestling here on the main event of Capital TV. You're watching it exclusively on the Fight Network. The only British wrestling show on TV anywhere in the world today. Bridge there from Doug Williams, gets the shoulders up. Williams doesn't want to forfeit that one full advantage. And a nice headstand escape there. Shades of the legendary Johnny Saint, who we saw just weeks ago at Legend Showdown, and who I can reveal right now will be returning to LDN within the month. So be sure to stay tuned to Capital TV, because Johnny Saint will be back in action right here on Capital TV in a couple of weeks' time. World of Sport referee Bob Stafford doing a great job keeping on top of the action. And Doug Williams going for that bow and arrow-like maneuver, just pulling the arms back and digging the knee into the spine. Another roll-up, and this could be a second fall. And Garnell not going to go down so easily the second time round.
These are dangerous days. These are dangerous days.
And so the two lock up. Not a traditional test of strength as such, but both of these men have got something to prove. And again, the anarchist just showing why he is England's finest wrestling export, and why he has won numerous titles, not just in England, but around Europe, Japan, and the United States of America. In both singles and tag team competition, but right now he is making a new home for himself here in LDN, and the fans taking to him very nicely indeed.
That's good.
And again, Garnell showing maturity beyond his years, just slowing the matchup down and forcing Williams back down to that mat. And there's a cover. And the referee saw it, the right leg of Doug Williams was in the rope. And thus the pinfall was null and void. But great counter wrestling there by Danny Garnell. And another nice reversal, but Williams still one step ahead. Takes down the knee, and now Garnell finds himself mat first. Oh, there's the bell. And at the end of the second round, the score remains Doug Williams 1, Danny Garnell 0. Garnell looking for the approval of the crowd here at Grays, and he's not going to find it. I am sure they remember very clearly his actions at the end of last week's edition of Capital TV, when he and his cohort, Gentleman John Ritchie, double clotheslined our referee Chris Roberts and sent him to the hospital. LDN fans don't forgive that sort of thing very easily. And a brace of European uppercuts there from the anarchist Doug Williams. And Garnell again goes down to the mat. And it's a good call by referee Bob Stafford. But Garnell has snuck out to the outside and he's looking for a breather. In fact, he said no. He has said enough's enough. He doesn't want to suffer any further humiliation. Well, he's thinking twice about it. It's a good opportunity for Garnell to make a name for himself against an international star of the caliber of Doug Williams. But maybe without John Ritchie by his side, he doesn't have that same confidence. Eventually he comes back. Kick to the midsection. Catches Williams in the guts. The whip is reversed, and Garnell lands ribs first in those corner pads. This time able to turn. But he gets a high knee from Doug Williams. And another big knee. And now Doug Williams, one of his finishing maneuvers is indeed the bomb scare knee drop from the top rope. And if he hits this, it's bound to be over. And Garnell, credit to Garnell, he'll have scouted his opponent. And he was well out of harm's way. And now he's got Doug Williams in trouble, and Williams taps out instantly. An instant submission, and round 3 goes to Danny Garnell. And congratulations to Garnell for doing his homework. Take a look at that.
Submission to Danny Garnell.
And if we could just take a look at the replay there. Doug Williams was all set to deliver his bomb scare knee drop. If he'd hit it, the matchup would have been over. 2-0. But Garnell had done his homework. He'd scouted his opponent. He got out of the way. And then he was able to cinch on that submission maneuver. And he must have executed that absolutely perfectly, because Doug Williams tapped out instantly. And indeed, Williams yet to return to his feet, so that move will have done some damage. Very well equalised there by Danny Garnell. And so we go into round 4, and the score now 1-1. As we pass the halfway mark of this contest. And these are long rounds. 5 minutes is a long round. Many Spirit Rules matches are fought over 3-minute rounds, but a 5-minute round, that is a tough psychological amount of time to contemplate wrestling for. You know there's not going to be a break. And Garnell receiving stern words of warning there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in round 4, the referee is Danny Garnell, his first public warning.
And indeed a public warning. I believe that was issued because Garnell refused to let up the onslaught while Doug Williams was in the ropes. Williams unable to defend himself, and indeed he is still down. He is still suffering the effects of that marvellous submission maneuver from Garnell at the end of round 3. Williams now finally back up on his feet, but he is walking very gingerly indeed. And Garnell going straight after the injured limb and looking for another quick submission. He is looking for another quick submission, trying to cinch on an ankle lock. Can't quite apply it properly. And thank goodness for Doug Williams, he was able to block that one. But no, Williams still down, and Garnell straight back after that ankle. And this time he is twisting it round. Looking for a figure 4, but it's reversed into an inside cradle. The referee's just out of position. And he only gets a 2 count there. And Bob Stafford just ever so slightly out of position by the time he'd got into place. The shoulders were just back up. And just a 2 count. But this matchup was a hair's breadth away from being over here in round 4. Instead, the score remains 1-1. And Garnell now going to the outside. And this is highly illegal. He just whipped the leg of Doug Williams right into that steel turnbuckle post.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in round 4, the referee is Danny Garnell, his second and final public warning.
And a second and final public warning for Danny Garnell. And quite frankly, I would say that's generous officiating. I might have been tempted to give that an instant disqualification. Oh, and Doug's leg. Doug Williams' left leg just collapsed underneath him. He may be unable to continue. He may be unable to continue this match. Well, he says he's going to carry on, but his left leg was just shattered against the ring post. And that is solid steel. Well, all credit to Doug Williams. He's not backing down, but he is keeping his lower body away from Garnell. But he turned his back on his opponent, and that was a surprising mistake there for Doug Williams. You certainly shouldn't turn your back on your opponent, and particularly not a man with the moral fibre of your Danny Garnell. Garnell now with a figure 4, square in the middle of the ring. And Doug Williams cannot afford to submit. Garnell has got that one on good. That is a figure 4. It is a submission maneuver. And Doug Williams now lying back. The shoulders are actually on the mat. And the score's 1-1, and the next fall will decide the bout. And Garnell now holding onto that bottom rope for extra leverage. And referee Bob Stafford is concerned. He's concerned with counting the shoulders of Williams or getting the submission. He doesn't see that Garnell was using that bottom rope for leverage. And now he finally turns around. And Garnell lays on the old butter wouldn't melt in the mouth routine. But this is tough for Doug Williams. Well, oh my goodness. Stafford sure at that time, he's not taking any notice. A good clip round the ear never did anybody any harm. And that is unique officiating, to say the least. And a good call. But how much damage has been done to the left leg of Doug Williams? Since tapping out at the end of round 3, Garnell has gone straight after that left leg. He might as well have painted a bullseye on it. Williams with the European uppercut in the corner. Goes with Garnell across the ring, but it's reversed. And again, the foot or the leg of Doug Williams just giving out, unable to support his own body weight. And again, Garnell laying his hands on non-wrestling members of the LDN roster, and that cannot be allowed to continue. Well, the referee's checking on Doug Williams, and I am not sure that Williams is going to be able to continue. He's trying to rub some feeling back into that knee joint. Very rare indeed to see Doug Williams submit. But if he's medically unable to complete the matchup, then he may have no choice, and the bell rings there, and that is the end of round 4, and the score remains 1-1. But take a look at Doug Williams there. He went straight to the corner of the ring, and he sat down.
These are dangerous days. These are dangerous days.
And the bell rings, and that is the start of round 5. And Doug Williams spent that entire round on his backside, trying to massage some feeling into his left leg. We will see if that was successful or not as the match continues. Well, Williams, as he has to, comes out on the offensive. Suplexes Garnell with authority. Goes for another. Nicely executed. And this time he's going up top again for that knee drop. The bomb scare knee drop from the top. But does he have the strength in his left leg? Well, you see there he spent a little bit of time getting that knee pad up. And this time he does hit the knee drop. He hit the knee drop. But he is in agony. He is in agony. Does he have the strength to cover? Does he have the strength to hold down the shoulders? No, he does not. No, he does not. He landed hard on the knee drop. And that will have taken a lot out of Garnell. But he may well have served only to re-injure that left leg. And you can see there the protective padding has come down. And Garnell just stomping the left leg right into the mat. Garnell showing no mercy at all. Like a shark that smells blood, and a big DDT. And that may have knocked Williams out cold, but I believe the arm, well, the arm and indeed the left leg, they're under the rope, and a good call by the referee. Garnell doesn't like it, but that was the right call to make. And that has to be a fluke of ring positioning there for Doug Williams. And a roll through from nowhere. And just a 2 count. And as I say, Garnell hit that big DDT out of nowhere. And was unlucky not to get the 3. But now he just clipped the leg. He just clipped that left leg, the unprotected left knee joint. And that has to be the end for the Anarchist. I don't see how he's able to continue. There's a hush has just fallen over the Thurrock Civic Hall here in Grays. And these fans have seen some fantastic wrestling action over the years, going back to the days of the world of sport. But have they ever seen a matchup like this? Have they ever seen a wrestler like the Anarchist? Doug Williams showing such heart, such determination. And some very hands-on officiating here tonight. And perhaps that's how it has to be. We saw last week Garnell. He has got no compunction about laying his hands on the official. Maybe they should show less leniency. Well, we see there a great shot of exactly what's happened. Doug Williams' foot has got caught in between the bottom and the middle rope. And it's just bending that knee joint. And the referee has to free Doug Williams. And finally, Williams, his leg is freed. He escapes from the ropes, but the damage will have been done. And this goes back to the end of the 3rd round. Garnell cinched on that submission hold with picture-perfect accuracy. And he really laid it in. And since then, since he got that one submission, Williams just has not been the same. He has taken out that left leg. He has worked over it methodically. And now he just needs to capitalize on it, to get that one more pinfall, to get the 2nd submission, whatever it takes. But Williams has also got one fall. And if he scores the next pinfall, if he can get a submission, he'll get the win. And we're in the closing stages of round 5 now. Double leg Nelson attempted, but Williams goes down. And did he get it? No, he did not. No, he did not. But what an exciting moment that was here on Capital TV. Garnell came off the ropes, propelled himself over Doug Williams. He was looking for the double leg Nelson, but instead, Doug put the brakes on and he sat down with full force on the shoulders of Danny Garnell. But he just got a 2 count. Williams came out all guns a-blazing here tonight on LDN Capital TV. He scored a pinfall over Garnell within 60 seconds. And it took Garnell until the end of round 3 to equalise. But since then it's been all Garnell. But now Doug Williams, he is launching a comeback of sorts. But again, Garnell straight back after that injured wheel. Straight back after that unprotected left leg. And now he's going again, I believe, for the figure 4. And the referee insists that he breaks it. And the fans solidly behind the And I, for one, have to say I am shocked, I am surprised that Danny Garnell has been so dominant over the anarchist Doug Williams. I am impressed, I have to say, by the wrestling display, if not the attitude, displayed by Danny Garnell. But Williams is back on the top. Leapfrogs over Garnell, and again the left leg just gave out underneath him. And the referee again checking with the anarchist. Is he fit enough to continue? Will he be able to finish the matchup? And the bell rings, and that's the end of round 5. And the referee sends the wrestlers to their corners, but Doug Williams actually goes to the outside of the ring. And he is tying that towel around his leg. He is trying to get some pressure on the injured knee joint. And Garnell now supremely confident. And the referee again checking on Williams. And who would have envisaged that his LDN debut would go so badly? I certainly hope he hasn't suffered a long-term injury from this matchup. Well, the bell rings, we're in the final round, it's 1-1. And I don't know if Doug Williams is going to be allowed to compete with that towel around his leg, but the referee's letting it go. Williams comes off the ropes, sends Garnell down. Garnell back up now, and both men down. Both men had the same idea. They came off the ropes, they met in the middle of the ring, and they clashed bodies. And now in round 6 with the score 1-1 apiece. This match has come down to the wire, and there will be a winner. There has to be a winner. Neither man would want to see a draw. Garnell showing confidence beyond his years. But Williams with a huge experience advantage. And out of nowhere, he caught Garnell coming off the ropes. The shoulders are down, but just a 2 count. Just a 2 count there. And Williams with that injured wheel has to be offensive. He cannot take any more punishment on the left leg. He has to come out fighting. He has to put Garnell away. And a side suplex may be enough. The shoulders are down. The body is hooked, but the legs were not. And Garnell still able to kick out. Williams needs to use one of his more powerful moves, but he tried the bomb scare knee drop, and it took just as much out of him as his opponent. Again, the high knee. Again comes off the ropes. This time ducks a clothesline. Ducks a second. Goes for the cross body, and Garnell ducks that as well. And Williams with that injured leg just cannot keep up with Danny Garnell, who attempts to suplex him back into the ring from the apron. Williams with a headbutt to the midsection, comes over the top, hooks the legs, there's the double leg Nelson, but Garnell puts the full weight of his body down, and the arms are on the ropes, but he gets it, and the referee doesn't see it. And he's got it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the 6th and final round, by run through and run submission, the winner of the match, Danny Garnell.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, fans. I cannot believe what we've just seen. Let's take a look at the replay there. Williams had gone for that double leg Nelson, but as in earlier in the match, this time reversed. Garnell sat down the full body weight on Doug Williams. And where is Mr. Sanjay Bagger now? Where is the LDN owner right now? He reversed a similar decision earlier this evening, but the referee didn't see this one. And unbelievably, Danny Garnell scores a win, 2-1 over the anarchist Doug Williams. We are just about out of time here this week on Capital TV, but be sure to join us next week. Jason Sweet Sensations in action, and Gentleman John Ritchie takes on Lee Walker. From me, John Atkins, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
20 years of hell. That's what you think, isn't it? 20 years of hell. Civic Hall, Bedworth, and what happened, happened. My cutter This time, Nagasaki, this time will be different. Bring whoever you want by your side. Bring your burning instruments, bring your salt, bring your red eyes, bring your mask. This time, Nagasaki, I can look you straight in the eye. This time, Nagasaki, bring everything you've got. I'm ready. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah. Watch. Bye-bye, Nagas. Get in there!